Why 99% of people fail at achieving their goals and how you can be the 1%. These videos are a collaboration. Sourena, who has cerebral palsy, develops the written material and I present it on camera. Sourena and Chris here with another mindset video.
It's really important. I'm with you. How am I? Take it away, Chris.
I'll take it away. It's 2026. You're motivated, you're inspired, you're fired up, you've got all your goals written down. But here's the uncomfortable truth. By February, most of those goals will be dead. Many people set these incredible goals just to realize that just in 1 month, they're already gone. Now, it's not because you or other people are lazy. It's not because you lack talent. It's because you make the same mistake that everybody else is making. And you're going to lose focus. Today, we're going to talk about the one skill that separates dreamers from achievers, and that is focus. But focus may not be what you think it is, because it's not just concentration. It's about resource management. That's the key. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what you're doing with your time, money, and energy. You'll know where you're using it well. You'll know where it's leaking and how to plug those holes. The brutal truth about your resources are finite. And not only that, everybody wants them. Everybody's going to try to take them. Whether it's your time, money, or your energy, these things are limited and people will try to steal them all the time. You know, there's an economy designed to steal your focus, right? Whether it's social media, news cycles, Netflix, other people, all these different things are constantly fighting for your attention. So if you're not intentional with your resources, someone else is going to decide how you spend them. And obviously, to be successful, you need to make the decision, not let somebody else decide how you're spending your resources. So here's a quick question, and I want you to be honest. How much time did you spend scrolling on social media yesterday? Distractions versus respite. Two things that may, at the surface, seem similar, but are very different. You have to understand that not all breaks are created equal. Distraction breaks, they drain you of all of your energy with zero return. They actually set you back. You'd be better off not even taking one of those distraction-style breaks. But respite, that's the kind of break that recharges you for the fight ahead, that keeps you on track, that gives you exactly what you need to stay on top of your game. Very specific comparisons. A distraction that'll hold you back would be doom scrolling through social media for 2 hours. Right, it's a break, but it's distracting you. It's information that may upset you. It may make you laugh. It may get you enraged. But it's one of those things where it's not putting yourself in a place to recharge. It's just a distraction. And you're better off not taking a break if you're doing that. Now, flip that around. Calling a friend, going for a walk, reading a book. That's the kind of respite that will recharge you. It'll put you in a position where you have the best opportunity to revitalize, get re-inspired, remotivated, and keep you on track. Determine your priorities or life will do it for you. Let me say that one more time. Determine your priorities or life is going to do that for you. We've already talked about focus and how everybody's trying to steal our time, attention, and energy in those things, right? So if you don't determine your priorities, somebody else will. And those priorities, when they're determined by other people, are not the kind of priorities you need to maximize your success. So when it comes to determining your own priorities, it starts with clarity. You've got to be very crystal clear about what those priorities are, and you need to break them into several areas of your life: family, career, health, relationships, creativity, all of those things. Once you've broken those down, you want to look at each area and ask yourself a few questions. What do I actually want? What are the activities that will get me there? What am I currently doing that's not getting me there? What's just as important as figuring out what do I need to do to get there is figuring out what you need to stop doing that's not getting you there. So some examples: if you want to be a better parent, schedule one-on-one time with your children. Uninterrupted, undistracted time where you're fully present. Want to advance your career? Think about the 3 skills that if you just learned and mastered would move you forward, and prioritize those. Want better fitness? Lock in your workout schedule. Create a regimen. Work on your nutrition. Those would be priorities. So what we want you to do right now, though, is pause this video and write down your 3 top priorities in one of those categories for 2026. We'll wait. Focus on the process not just the outcomes. It's so easy to look down the road and only see the final outcome that we're trying to achieve. And by the way, it's important to have those, and it's important that they are very clear. But if that's all you're looking at, you're not focusing on the process, and you're not going to be able to achieve those goals, because goals are achieved through systems, not dreams. Dreams may help you set your goals, and that's important, but it's systems that are so crucial for helping you achieve your goals. And when we talk about process, Sourena means the daily decisions you make, your habits, your actions, and understand that all of those compound over time. And when they compound correctly over time, they drive you forward. Think about writing, for example. If you're a writer, just promise you're going to write 1,000 words every single week. For fitness, promise yourself you'll work out 3 times a week and you'll prep some food on Sundays so you go into the week armed and ready to tackle your nutrition and your workouts. If you want a better marriage, schedule 10-minute check-ins every single day. Again, with no distractions, where you're just present and interacting, right? Schedule weekly date nights. Those are the kind of things that will help improve your marriage. Those are the priorities. If you want to be a better parent, again, make sure that you have family dinners with no phones, or create habits like going out on family walks and those sort of things that will help you prioritize being a great parent. But here's the trap, right? The work necessarily isn't that hard, right? But staying focused on the work, that's the killer, right? That's something that ruins even those of us with the best of intentions who think we have the right priorities in place. But you don't rise to the level of your goals, right? You don't set a goal and then all of a sudden magically rise there. You fall to the level of your systems. The audit. Where are your resources actually going? I will tell you this. When I used to work as a personal trainer early in my career, I would have people do an audit of their schedule. And they would say, I work out 3 days a week and I eat these certain foods. And I would do that sort of intake when I was helping with their fitness goals. Then I would say, okay, you've told me that. Now for the next week, write it down. Write down exactly what you do. And that written report always looked extremely different than what they told me. Because that week, I was a little tired on Monday, so I didn't make my workout. And Wednesday, my child had a dentist appointment, so I really only worked out Friday. So it really wasn't 3 days a week. And then, even though I had this, nutrition meal plan that I've been working through, I had a company dinner that night and drank too much one night and all those sort of things. And then when you actually audit your time, you find out it might not be what you think it is. And that's why the audit is so powerful. It uncovers areas where we might be not using our time to work on our priorities. Because remember, busy doesn't equal productive, right? We want to make sure productive means we're getting results. Busy means our time is taken up. So when you do that activity, what you want to do is look at that time audit, that schedule audit, and think, is this the best use of my time? And there are resource leaks, right? There are common leaks. A meeting that could be an email, right? Being around people who drain your energy. We all know that we need other people to be successful. We have to make sure that we're with the right people. Or taking on projects that don't align with your goals. I will tell you personally, that's one of my big goals for 2026 is to make sure that I only take on projects that align with my goals. I'm a sucker for saying yes, and that's something that I need to improve and work on, right? If it doesn't align with the actual goal, then I'm going to say no, right? You got to get rid of that. Another resource leak is getting rid of that stuff that's just busy work. It's not worth your time. It might feel good because you're checking things off a to-do list, but it's not moving you towards your goals. So you want to have that tough love moment with yourself, right? Because if you're not willing to say no to some good things, you'll never have time, energy, or room for great things. Maximize your investment. Focus is about an ROI on your resources. Every hour you spend, every minute you spend is an investment. The question is it a good investment? Every dollar you spend is an investment. Are you spending it the right way toward your priorities? Every relationship that you engage in either helps get you toward your priorities or it subtracts from you getting to your priorities. 3 questions to ask yourself every single day is, in the moment, is what I'm doing right now going to move me towards my goals, right? Am I spending resources or am I investing them? Spending is like busy, investing is productive, it's results oriented. Think about another question you need to ask yourself every single day is, what can I eliminate to make more space for what actually matters? Listen, here's the deal. Sourena will always tell you that you're not too busy. You're just busy doing the wrong things. So some examples of this is, turning off notifications when you're working, right? You're focused solely on your work. Declining social events that don't align with your values and your priorities and your goals. Investing in, taking the time to invest in tools and courses and coaches and mentors that actually help accelerate your progress. And again, cutting out toxic relationships. We're all guilty of people that we've been around forever and it just is what it is. Well, is what it is isn't going to move you forward. So making sure that you have the right relationships in place, but even more importantly, cutting out the toxic relationships that are not aligning with your mission, vision, values, goals, or priorities. So let's bring it home. 2026 is about focus. It's not about doing more, right? It's about doing what actually matters. Your resources are limited. Your time is precious. And the world will happily steal that all if you let it. So stay focused, make that a priority, and you're going to have the best year of your life. If you enjoy this content, make sure that you download Sourena's ebook, 5 Keys to an Amazing Mindset, by clicking on the link in the description. And also, please like, comment, and share.